YouTube, pretty good. Peace and bless to you all, to each and every last one of you. So I hope everyone is doing fine, and I hope everyone is having a blissful life living, taking advantage of the life, taking advantage of the life. Don't take life for granted, and leave your miserable, your miserable, leave the misery behind. Uh, but anyway, I wanted to speak about this for a while, and I wanted to talk about this just to get this off my chest because I wanted to add my own thoughts and my opinions on this topic. So let me go. Let me start and go right along with the flow. I want to talk about. What took place last weekend in New York City, in Little Italy, at the Italian Feast Festival, when there was an all-out altercation that happened. But first and foremost, before I get into all of that, let me just say is this. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people talk about. I don't care what people are discussing or what they put out. Because there may be some critizations. I'm going to say is this. To hell, what the fuck do people say? Skinny Joey's cheesesteaks is the shit. And I'm saying that because the sandwiches is not only tasteful, the sandwiches are nasty. And when I say the sandwiches are nasty, I'm talking about the sandwiches. It is way more than too damn good. It is way more than too damn good, but they are very bad. And when I say they're very bad, they are smoking hot. Them sandwiches are dangerous. The sandwiches, they're the most psychopathic, ruthless sandwiches you ever taste. And they are more than the best. Those sandwiches are so addictive. But I get along. I agree with Pats. You don't have to cut the meat all up. You don't need to chop it all up in pieces, because you're taking away all the flesh. You're subtracting away all the meat. That's why I prefer when I do my cheesesteak, right? When I make my Philadelphia cheesesteak, I don't need to cut it. I just what I do, right? What I do to make a cheesesteak. What I would do, I would take the meat, right? Take the meat. But first, I'm gonna do the onions. I'm gonna season up the onions with. First, I'm gonna season it up with onion seasoning, an onion powder, and then I'm gonna season up with a little bit of salt, and add a tickle taste of pepper, of black pepper, and But before I do that, I just put it with butter of olive oil, and then put the onions there, and then season it up real good, and then cover it so all the flavors can be touching, all the flavors. And the meat, I take the meat, right? Take the meat and put some butter and add some olive oil in that. Okay, add some olive oil in that, and then put the meat. And don't need to shred it up. Just cut it. You can just cut it. I would cut it just a little. Okay, I would cut it just a little bit. I would cut that just a little bit. I would cut it just a little bit, and then I'm going to season it up with salt and some pepper, salt and pepper. But first, I'm going to add the garlic salt in that. Put the garlic salt, and then I mix it. I put it right along with the onions. Mix it right along with the onions and let the flavors all blend. But before I do that, cover up the meat and check on the onions, and then mix it all up together and get the bread. Get that bread, whatever bread it is, what is a seeded roll bread or an Italian bread or a regular bread. Cut the opening and put it in the microwave and heat it up a bit. That's how I do my sandwiches. Heat it up a bit and then open it up and slide it to the grill. Let it rest, and then put some olive oil there, and then get the American cheese. And because I like American cheese. And then once you put the American cheese, it's all in the flavor. It's all It's all blended up. And then put the sandwich, and then there you have it, a nice cheesesteak. So yeah, Pat's Pizza. I mean, Pat's. Yeah, you really don't have to be slicing it all up. That's what Pat's Pizza. You really don't need to be slicing it all up. But to hell with that. Joey Merlino's place is the shit. And when I say his place is the shit, he got the most dangerous sandwich there is. The most dangerous sandwich there is. I mean, it could be a little bit dried up. It could be a little bit dry, but it's still tasty, though. The sandwiches are still tasty. The chicken cheesesteak, I love the chicken cheesesteak. And I love that, I love the little snuff special. The chicken cheesesteak with hot honey. And you know I got to get my onions, because I can't go without a cheesesteak. I can't have a cheesesteak without no onions. Yeah, so with that being said, um, um, I believe this was, yeah, last week, right? Last week I could have went. I planned on going. I planned on going to Joe's. I was planning on going to the cheesesteak place at Skinny Joe's. I planned on going to the cheesesteak place, but I had an event. My mom had an event. Had to go to her best friend's event, so I had to attend it there. But I will be going there tomorrow. Hopefully I get some time to go there tomorrow, because I just got paid today, so I don't know how much I have in my account. But anyway, uh, yeah, yeah. So I want to say about Skinny Joey's, and then I want to talk about the beef. I want to talk about this beef with Gene Borrell, whatever his name is, Gene Borrell, and Anthony Hootie. Anthony Hootie. There's been beef. Well, Gene Borrell, he was a member of the Bonanno crime family, and Hootie was a member of the Gambino crime family. And they both went and formed. They both went to the government, and they participated. But Joey Merlino never done that. Joe Merlino never did anything like that. You know why? Because Joe Merlino is a gangster. Joe Merlino, he's a true gangster. He's one of the he's one of the best. Joe Molino's a gangster. He's a gangster. So I mean, he's never ratted. Joe Merlino is not a rat. This is why people respect him. This is why he's well respected. He's well respected. But anyway, they've been having this beef for some time. They've been having beef since Joe Merlino and Lil Snuff called him out to be a rat, and then he responded, and then that's when I started paying attention to what's been going on with the back and forth and stuff like that, and once they did this video, Skinny Joey and Lil Snuff, they said they're gonna be out there in the curve waiting for one of them or either of them to pull up and show up at the cheesesteak shop. So I was going to go there. Last week Saturday, That's why I was going to attend there, but not knowing this thing was in New York, not knowing it was New York. Yeah, because it said it was the Italian festival. So I really thought that was in Philadelphia, but not knowing it's New York in Little Italy. Yeah, so they went there. They set shop there. Joe Merlino had his Lego over there, and yeah, I mean the line was packed. I heard the line was stupid crowded, packed over there, crazy packed. And then they were calling out Hottie. Those calling out Hottie. Hottie hasn't shown up. Hottie is no show. Hottie is no shown. So, but Gene Borrell and Hottie, they were live. And Hottie was heading over there. He was heading right over there. He was just getting off the train. He was heading right over there. And the thing that happened once he showed up, once he pulled up, there was a physical altercation. It got physical. I wasn't there. But if I would have known Joe Merlino that was going to New York City, I would have attended there. I would have went there. Hopefully, if they would have let me hang out with them. But anyway, yes, Hottie pulled up. He showed up. He pulled up, and I respect him for that. You know why? Because that was gangster. That's gangster right there. That's gangster right there. Him showing up, and then that's when it got physical. It got physical. It was a brawl. It was a fight. And people said Snuff pounded him out. Snuff stomped him out. He stomped the shit out of him. Snuff knocked him the fuck out because Snuff is not a fat man. He's not a fat guy. I mean, he doesn't seem too out of shape to me, because Snuff himself works out, and he throws his hands, and he does do some jabs, because like Joe Louis, I heard, just like Joe Louis, he does some jabs. But anyway, they say Hottie went out there, smashed the hell out of them. He went out there, beat the fuck out of them, and when Gene Borrell did a response on that, Snuff and Joe Merlino and Snuff with no show. That was hiding in the back while I was having a black guy from the Bronx. It was a Crip doing their dirt. But anyway, yeah, this thing they've been having this beef for so long. I think what I would say. I don't think Skinny Joey. I don't think Joe Merlino is the person, or not the person to fuck with, because Joey Merlino is a stone cold gangster. You dig? He's a stone cold gangster, and I don't think no fucking body will come over there and try some shit. Because I seen Joe Merlino and his crew. I seen his crew over there. I seen his crew. And but not just his crew, I'm talking about him. Particularly. He's not the person that you want to fuck with and get on the bad side of. But I'm sure Gene Borrell, I'm sure he has a bad side too. He did his. He was a gangster. He popped some heads out. Gene Borrell, yeah, he's a tough guy and all that. He's tough, and I'm sure he doesn't back down. He would not back down. He would not back down from anyone. Just like Anthony Hottie didn't back down. There was no backing down. So that was, I want to say that was real hard right there. That was real gangster right there. But I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm not going to say a lot about it. But all I'm going to say, I'm going to continue to follow up with the thing. And these what the fuck, these things. All I got to be the fuck careful for this shit hit me in the fucking head. These shits hit me right in the fucking head. These squirrels throwing shit down. Man, these motherfuckers better not be throwing some shit at me. These squirrels, they're just throwing shit. In this video. But before I do, I'm gonna give a shout out to Skinny Joey. Want to give a shout out to Skinny Joey and the Cheesestake Places, and a shout out to the Skinny Podcast, and shout out to each and every last one of them for the Skinny Podcast. Yeah, shout out to each and every last one of them. So, Merlino, Merlino is the coolest you want to be around. So yeah, so hopefully I'll be willing and I'll be able to leave the phone. Leave it. She's driving me nuts. Yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna end on this. Got some things to do. On my time, so I'm gonna end on this. This is Augustus Kane coming back at you with another video. And like I said, shout out to the Skinny Podcast. Shout out to the Skinny Podcast. My bad. My bad for saying that. Shout out to the Skinny Podcast, and shout out to each and every last one of the cast at the Skinny Podcast. And give a shout out to Gene. I mean, he's okay. Give a shout out to Gene and Hottie. I mean, hopefully one day they squash this shit. If not, I don't know what the fuck to say. So with that, I say Ja. Hey, salute. Give all praise to the King Selassie.